So, by the water. But the queen of Sheba keeps like coming out to me. It's like Queen of Sheba, Queen of Sheba, Queen of Sheba. And isn't she like, now I read my Bible, but I'm not that familiar with it. I'm gonna tell you, but Queen of Sheba was what, King Solomon's wife or woman? Was Queen of Sheba King Solomon's wife woman? But he was known to be the like one of the most wisest, smartest, richest men, in the world. And people came to him for advice and all that. And apparently, the Queen of Sheba now, she was the one that brought him all the oils and everything. They found this mutual attraction towards each other and stuff like that. And, she came and brought gifts to him and everything. That's about pretty much all I know. But now something went wrong. I'm starting to feel like something might have went wrong with that relationship, or the roles might have got reversed. Something is very confusing with this story. But there's another thing too. Fairies are important. And I was thinking about, like, let me sit down so I can get some eye contact with you. I was sitting down to make sure no snake don't come in out this water. So I was sitting down thinking, like, fairies keep popping up. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to go more into nature, and I see fairy circles. But then I was thinking about Queen of Sheba, and then Vampire in Brooklyn. Maybe my name mine is too wild, but at the same time, it's always good to wonder. It's always good to wonder, like I said, got a notification. But with this Queen of Sheba, and I'm thinking the Statue of Liberty has something to do with it. Now we really getting into it. And I'm really starting to talk about history. Like I just said, I believe that Queen of Sheba and King Solomon was supposed to be one of like the most romantic stories in history. But at the same time, see, and that's why I don't like going to sleep on things. Aztecs, indigenous people, Queen of Sheba. So was it Queen of Sheba that really came to see Solomon? Or was it Solomon that came to see Queen of Sheba? Because now I'm starting to think this United States was owned by a woman. This was a woman's land. You get what I'm saying? This was a woman's land. And she fell in love with a man. Give me 1 second, just distractions. So back to the Aztecs. I'm sorry for the interruptions. Well, my apologies, but fucking distractions. But I keep seeing in the sky, keep seeing clouds in the sky with these like stone-like people. And then I was like, well, what is that about? So then, Aztec pop up in my head. So I say, okay, cool, Aztecs. I looked that up a little bit, just a little brief thing, but I didn't know they were indigenous people. And the Gulf of Mexico is very significant in this area, because that's where I'm thinking that, look at this. See, in the Gulf of Mexico is what is very significant to these Aztecs. The indigenous people, Aztecs, fairies, Brooklyn, or wherever that Statue of Liberty is, the Statue of Liberty. Oh yeah. And to be honest, this was the most fruitful land. It was like a land of fertility. It was a land of fertility. And to be honest with you, now I'm starting to think like with these seven wonders of the world, maybe they like there was before. I don't know how everything changed, but with these seven wonders of the world, I think this was mostly a female dominant area, or it was ruled by a woman. And the land was rich, the land was black. But somebody came over because the land had dried up. Now I'm trying to figure out now what was King Solomon's background or religion? What was that? I haven't done my research, but I do plan on doing something with it. But checking that out. It's just things that popped up in my head as of late. Well, as of yesterday and last night, it's been, but these clouds, make sure y'all pay attention to the clouds because I've seen these heads in the clouds. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my last poem and pay really close attention to that picture. But so apparently Aztec ancestors, which is from mostly like, I'm wondering where like the Gulf of Mexico, that's probably, and that's where most of the hurricanes come from. So our ancestors, be aware of storms on the horizon, like hurricane storms for East Coast people along the United States. But I want to know more about, and if anybody do got like answer stories like the, or know anything about the Aztecs and these indigenous people. And my thing is, like, maybe is Queen of Sheba the Kalima? Are they the same people? Because these people keep coming to me. It's like it's a very very powerful woman. This is a pretty. I've never paid attention to this bridge. This is a very very powerful woman who is trying to connect with me, and she wants justice. And I've been noticing lately what my purpose really is, and it's not the fact that oh, why don't you just do it. This is like when you come into your gifts, it's very very scary, and it will freak you out. But yeah, I believe with, okay, now that I'm comfortable, but this is what I actually saw last night. I saw like King Solomon coming to, or I saw a man coming to, like from overseas, coming to like the ferry docks and everything. Like, but like that's where he first came to like make a negotiation with the queen or whatever. And apparently they were together and they fell in love. And after they fell in love, like he was really just out to get her land, the money, and the riches. He pretended to love her. He was out to get the money, land, and the riches. And then they killed her. They put her on a cross, the same spot where the Statue of Liberty is. That same spot, the French. They he freaking went, and after they put her on the cross, all the ferry boats came in and the men took over the land and they destroyed the people and made them into slaves. That's what they did. And y'all need to research. Well, I don't like pointing fingers, but I would suggest researching the Revolutionary War is very important to people like us in these states.